Aries. So I actually have a channeled song for you guys. I haven't had a channeled song this whole round of readings, but for you guys, I have a channeled song. Okay, and that's that song by August Alsina. It's called Nobody Knows. He goes, nobody knows what I go through. If you could put yourself inside my shoes. You got friends that ain't friends no more. They don't understand the life I chose. So let's talk about these friends. At least one of these quote unquote friends is somebody who is or was a snake. This person is who we'd like to call a partner in crime. This is one of those people who, when you wanted to get into some mess, whether it was legal or illegal, this is who you'd call. Things had eventually gotten to a point where you could no longer run with this person. I'm not entirely sure what happened between the two of you, what legal or illegal situation took place to make you decide that you no longer wanted to deal with them anymore. But yeah, you decided that you no longer wanted anything to do with this person, that they weren't good for your image. And so you dropped them. But I do feel as if though this may have had something to do with finances. So maybe it has something to do with like a money play that both of you all were involved in together, and maybe some shady shit went down. I'm not entirely sure again, but I do feel like there was something here about money, or rather involving money, that sort of turned you off of this person. It could even be as simple as you allowing this person to borrow money from you. Money that they obviously did not pay back, and yeah, you weren't about to chance not even the friendship anymore, because it's like, how am I gonna continue to be around you when you owe me money? Like, I'm gonna watch you spend money, watch you do things for others, do things for yourself, and you still haven't paid me back. So it can be as simple as that, or it can be as complex as some other sort of financial involvement. Whatever it was, it appears you wiped your hands of this situation. Like, you threw in the towel. You wanted nothing more to do with this. You wanted to live a clean life. You wanted to walk a straight and narrow path, okay? And I don't feel like, you being involved with this person was allowing you to do that. So you had to get rid of this person to get your head on straight, is what it appears. Even down to like the partying and the drinking and, possibly even other vices that went along with that. You decided that you just didn't want to do any of it anymore. And that's why we have the drinks card in the reverse, because you literally dropped the person, the things, the places, everything that came with it. You had gotten rid of it, okay? And I think you kept it moving and you did not look back. With the law card in the reverse, it makes me feel as if, though, there was some sort of legal trouble that you guys got into, definitely. And you took care of that, and you cleaned your name, or rather cleared your name of whatever that was about as well. And again, you kept it pushing, okay? Because you realized that you dealing with this person had you out here looking like a clown. And you no longer wanted that either. Like, you literally, it was almost like you had like an epiphany or something, because you literally looked at this person and at this situation like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what are we doing here? This person would have been just fine if you were to have wanted to continue down that road, because I believe that they still to this day may have continued down that road, all right? And this is where the uninvited guest comes in, because now that they see you doing well for yourself, you focusing on other things, more positive things, here they come. It always happens that way though, right? It's like the minute that we start to bring light in our life, the darkness always creeps. But for so long, it was like a mystery. Like, you had no idea what this person was up to, where they were, what they were doing. It was none of your business. You didn't care. And then out of nowhere, somehow you just randomly have an encounter with them at some random place. Or was it random? That's the question. Was it actually random, or did they know where you would be, when you would be there, so that they could bump into you with this encounter card? Because it's given that they knew that you'd be wherever you were. It's given that this is somebody who maybe I wouldn't say follows you or stalks you, but this person keeps a close eye on you, whether you believe it or not. All right. And they just so happen to like bump into you, quote unquote, while you were out somewhere. This didn't sit well with you. It didn't sit well with you because you had done so much to get away from this person that it was just like, here we go again. But you knew that once you were done having whatever conversation you had with this person due to the random encounter, that you had to go right back into your shell, or rather just get away from them. You knew that this was nothing that you would be able to spark up again. Okay, so it was like a high buy situation for you, because the runaway card makes it very obvious that you kept it pushing. I don't know why, but the silence card sort of strikes me as you letting them know that whatever it is, whatever dirt that you guys did in the past, you're still keeping that a secret. You haven't said anything to anyone, and they don't have anything to worry about. So now that I'm thinking about it, it's almost as if though this person was keeping a close eye on you, because whatever it was that you guys did together, they feel as if though you would spill the beans at some point. You wouldn't be able to hold water in this case, okay? But you've been silent this whole time, and you had no intentions on spilling the beans now. It's like, why would I say something now? After all of this time, it makes no sense to say something now. But this silence card could also represent you just, again, walking away from this situation, having nothing to say. Maybe even when you bumped into them, you didn't have anything to say. Like, you were just like, I'm good. Or not even that. You didn't even say I'm good. You just maybe looked at them and kept it pushing. Because, see, the last thing that you want to do is ruin your home life or your independence, or go backwards, because you know that going backwards will erase all of the good that you've done. It's like at the point where you turn and walk in the opposite direction in which you've been walking, then suddenly all of the hard work that you put forth will start to like diminish. It'll start to disappear, and you'll find yourself right back at square one, dealing with this same goofy person, and nothing will even matter anymore. Even your relationships, okay? Because some of you all are in a positive relationship even after all of this drama. You found somebody who matches your energy, the new energy, the good energy, the positive energy. And the last thing you want to do is have to break up or be broken up with because you decided that you wanted to go backwards, okay? But I'm getting that this friend is not so happy with the fact that you keep putting them off. They're not happy with the idea that you want nothing to do with them. It just does not sit well with them at all, but they don't have a choice. They want you to take a chance. They want you to roll the dice on this friendship again, or on whatever it was that you guys did together or shared together. They want you to take a chance on them, but you're not. And that's why the roll the dice card is in the reverse, because you're not doing it again. I don't know what they did. I don't know what was so deep that you just like literally did away with this person, but it had to have been something crucial. Okay? It was so crucial that you literally want nothing to do with this person ever again in life. You completely wrote this person off. Then we have the message card here. So with this card, I feel like this person is still reaching out. So they bumped into you while you were out and about. And maybe now, since they've seen you and they see that you're doing well for yourself, now they've started to like reach out on social media, or reach out to the old number that they have for you, or start calling the old number that they have for you even. They're asking around, asking friends how you're doing and what you're up to and things of that nature. Like, it literally it's like they tried to spark all of what you guys had right on back up, and you're not having it. You put a halt to it. You put up a stop sign like, reverse. You're not having it at all. Then we have this key card. So this is given that there are some very important people in your life at this time. Like I said, some of you all could be in a relationship. So you got some very important relationships, whether romantic or otherwise. What you do now for yourself, whether that's in business or whatever it may be, there are people around you who you'd be embarrassed if they knew the life that you once lived. You'd be embarrassed for them to find out that you once ran with people like this old friend. Okay, so these are people who are keeping you on the straight and narrow path. People keeping you seeing the positive in life. Okay, they're continuing to help you to grow in areas in which you were stagnant in while you were dealing with this person. Then we have the single card, and this is sideways. So it's not that you're single, because I don't believe that you're single. I do believe that there is a romantic partner around whom you love, and you love enough to protect from situations like your past. Okay? This single card being sideways like this represents to me you walking this path alone, but you're not lonely. All right? And that has nothing to do with your romance or your romantic life. This is all about your journey, okay? You are now walking your path alone, but you're not lonely. You've just replaced all of the ill, negativity, karmic friends and family and whomever else, whatever else, with positivity. And it's that simple. This reading was sort of straight to the point, but there was a clear message here about continuing to move forward and not allowing things and people from your past to keep you stuck in the past, because there's so much to look forward to. And you know that because you are like a walking testimony of just that. All right? So Aries, moving forward, I would move forward. I would continue to move forward just as you have. That's all I have for you guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful and amazing day and continue to have a wonderful and amazing life. All right. That's all. Talk to you guys soon.